Hello, my wonderful Taurus. I hope you all are doing amazing. Today I'm going to be tapping into the energies of your love life. So it's going to be your general love reading for the week here. So pretty much whatever comes out for you guys. Alrighty, let's see here. For my Taurus, please. Okay, so we have illusion here. So this kind of gives me the Seven of Cups energy, Taurus. I feel like for some of you, you could be in this energy of seeing past illusions. Now, it seems that something you said or something you've done is reflecting, an inner conflict back to your person here, if that makes sense. So they feel like something you said or something you've done is triggering them because there's something within them that they have yet to heal, if that makes sense. Now, this could also be letting me know that there's a bit of a mirroring energy going on, but there is this, energy of trying to see past illusions, trying to accept the reality of things at this time. So it could be that there's a lot going on, pertaining to thoughts, pertaining to emotions, a lot of questions at this time. So you're trying to have a clear-eyed view on what you want, of course, but also clarity on this bond. You could feel like your person is confusing you. This could be someone who plays a lot of mind games or someone who's kind of not answering your questions at this time. Again, they're putting you in some sort of gray period where you feel like it's up to you to figure something out at this time. Communication. Okay, so you could be receiving communication from this person, or you guys are already speaking back and forth as you're watching my read here. But here's what I see: as you guys are communicating with that number 9, there's a lot of individual thinking going on. So thinking about things, but not necessarily communicating it to each other. So when you guys communicate, it seems to be more on a surface level. That's why you could be, feeling that no matter how much you converse with this person, you're still having to figure out the bits and pieces, or you're still having to see past some sort of illusion. No matter how much you converse with this person, you still feel like there's a lack of clarity here because your person is not explaining, every single thing to you. This is someone who could be a bit discreet, or when they open up to you, intuitively, you still feel like there are things that are being left unsaid, if that makes sense, Taurus. A lot of curiosity here. Your person could be wondering what it is that you're up to. Let's see. Commitment. Okay, so this could be definitely someone that you were in a commitment with, or you guys weren't able to get it off the ground here, right? Because when I look at the commitment card, essentially what I see here is you guys are still trying to protect something, right? Now, here's what I see with the number 8. There's this energy of a lack of practical effort in the past. Okay, so maybe you feel like this was a commitment that could have went far, or you did have high hopes for it, but again, it wasn't built on a stable ground here, right? Because your first card is illusion, which means there was a lot that was in the dark. There was a lot of secrecy there. Maybe, like I mentioned, your person was being very discreet with you, but I just feel like they're very focused on this commitment and maybe why things didn't work, right? So going back to the first card here, if this person was dishonest with you as they're taking a trip down memory lane, they're probably wishing that they could have done things differently, right? Because it's almost this, like how I see this energy so far is someone who was stuck in some sort of illusion, and they're now able to see the reality of things, right? So when they're looking at the illusion, they're like, oh, okay, I wish I could have done things differently. Okay, let's see. Knight of Wands, Page of Wands. Okay, so some of you could view this person to be immature or unpredictable. A very in and out energy is what I sense with that Knight of Wands. Some of you may even feel like this person is was spreading themselves too thin. Again, guys, can't make it up. High priestess, right? Someone who is very secretive. Now, this person definitely feels like you know more than you show here, because the high priestess is someone who's highly intuitive, but it also lets me know, again, there was a lot of secrecy in this bond here, right? And it could have been a lack of communication in the past that led to some sort of suspicion, but I do feel like there was one party here who was more open than the opposing party. There's a lot of faith and hope that this connection will work out. But as far as practical effort so far, I feel like this person is struggling with, what to do here. They're very protective. I do see that. And I do see that they're wanting to communicate with you. Maybe for some of you, they already are. But yeah, your first card is the Hermit. So again, some of you are dealing with a Virgo here, possibly, but I just see that this person is keeping to their self at this time, or they're in a period of solitude. So they're learning a lot. A lot is being illuminated to them, but they're not communicating this with you. They may feel like the time is not right, or there's someone who is still trying to gather enough information. There's someone who's still trying to ground their self, center their self, so that they can tell you exactly how they feel without, coming off as someone who is creating some sort of illusion with that illusion card. So this person, if they're communicating with you right now, the point of the conversation is to have a new beginning here. They're willing to learn. So this is someone who's definitely, wondering what has changed between the both of you. They're definitely wondering, how you like to be loved. More details about you is essentially what I'm picking up on. Someone who's willing to learn. Although this could also be someone who is younger than you, or someone that you view to be immature in one way or another, right? It's almost like someone who wants a new beginning, but from your end, I feel like you are viewing this person as unpredictable. And this could be because of their past actions. We did see that Knight of Wands, so it could be someone who was very in and out. Bottom of the deck here, guys, Ace of Pentacles, Two of Swords, Eight of Cups. Okay, so in the past here, guys, you felt like this person was taking way too long to make a decision in order to attain something stable with you. So what you did was walk away, or you had to emotionally detach. Seven of Wands. Again, some of you feel like you're on the fence about this person because of this past energy. This is definitely someone where in the past they were on the fence, they were very back and forth. Maybe they told you that they wanted a commitment or that things would be stable, but you felt like they weren't taking the practical steps in order to attain that. So now when you view the situation, not much has changed, because with the communication here, there's still a lack of communication. Right? And with the communication here, if it's not a lack of communication, there's a lack of expression while you guys communicate. Does that make sense, Taurus? So it still leaves room for suspicion, or it still leaves room for that, I don't know if you're as sure as I am, right? So it seems that that's why you're in that Seven of Wands energy, still a bit guarded, still a bit on the fence, not knowing what to believe. I feel like many of you are more focused on this person's actions as opposed to what they're saying to you. It could even be someone who's really good with their words, but maybe this is a lesson that you've learned, right? You're like, okay, I'm not going to believe what you say. I'm just going to pay attention to what you do. Seven of Swords, commitment, okay. So Taurus, for some of you, this person could have stepped out on the connection. I do see that with that Seven of Swords, or you just feel like they were being very deceptive in a sense of they weren't being completely honest with you. They would tell you things, but then when you thought about it, it wouldn't make sense. You understand what I'm saying, Taurus? So again, as you were asking this person for explanations, if this person wasn't being straightforward with you, some of you kind of grew tired of that. You were like, you know what, I'm not going to beg you to, explain to me what's going on. I'm not going to, that's something that should be a given. That's common sense, right? Like if you are going to be sneaky or you hurt my feelings, you should be able to explain yourself. You should follow up with an apology here. So pretty much that energy of, what's understood doesn't need to be explained. So I do feel like many of you, this person feels like they caused you some sort of disappointment with that Seven of Swords energy. Okay. Now, this could also be someone who feels that they're guilty of something, especially, and that's going to apply to those of you, especially if you have caught this person doing something red-handed, because sometimes the Seven of Swords can mean someone who has done something, but they're trying to get away with it, right? So your question can be, if I did not bring to the forefront what this person did, would they have admitted it themselves? right? And so when you have that question there, what else does that create? It creates trust issues, right? So there definitely is this barrier when it comes to trust. You don't wholeheartedly trust this person right now. You still view them to be wishy-washy or fickle in one way or another. It's not that you don't love them. You're still thinking about the commitment. You're still thinking about the situation, but you feel like there's a lot of isolation going on. You feel like there's a lot of sneaky behavior, right? And so it doesn't leave you a lot of room to trust this person and have faith that you guys would be able to one day build a connection. You feel like this person needs to be very truthful with you, A, but B, also take some sort of accountability for their past actions. The Hermit. Yeah, Ace of Cups. This person is in solitude and they are thinking about coming forward with some sort of love offer, okay? But I do feel like this is someone who's trying to manifest an opportunity in order to speak to you, right? With the Ace of Cups, bottom of the deck here, guys, we have the Seven of Cups and the Ace of Swords. And if you remember correctly, guys, I did say the Seven of Cups reminded me of the first card, Illusions. Some of you believe that this person either likes to explore their options or they like to have their options open, and you don't like that because it's almost like, if I'm going to prioritize you, you need to prioritize me, right? So for some of you, again, this could be your person stepping out on a relationship in the past, which is now making you view this person as, look, we have the Ace of Swords, so someone who wants to bring forward clarity, but we have that Seven of Cups. This is someone who can throw so many different things at you at once, where you kind of end up in a position of having to differentiate what they meant versus what they said because they wanted to be in your good graces. So again, going back to what I was saying as I opened your read here, Taurus, there is this energy of some of you feeling like this person put you in a predicament where you've had to figure out everything on your own, right? And this is getting very emotionally exhausting for you, or so I can feel. And again, guys, Ace of Swords, the Devil, a lot of obsessive thinking going on. They do feel like this is a very potent bond, but there's also this energy of holding back. So most of your messages here are very repetitive, but I see someone who is, like, in the past year, they could have, put forth their energy. They could have told you all the right things, but then they also pull their energy back, which causes a lot of confusion. For some of you, you wish this person would figure out or gain some sort of clarity on what it is that they want emotionally before they come forward. Because if they don't gain clarity on what they want emotionally, they're going to be in the Seven of Cups energy, which is someone who's playing mind games or someone who's causing a lot of confusion. Some of you maybe involves the Capricorn or a Leo here. And I do feel like this person feels very either bonded to the situation in one way or another, or they're thinking about it a lot. They're going in circles here. Okay. Let's see, the Page of Wands. Let's see here, good. Alrighty, my apologies, guys. So let's clarify the Page of Wands here. And I do see that this is someone who is wanting to come forward. They're wanting to bring you some sort of clarity. But I was saying that this is someone who's also very back and forth in their mind, right? And so how you view them is someone who's emotionally confused or maybe even emotionally unavailable, right? It's not to say that they don't have emotions, but the way that they act, right? The way that their actions speak louder than their words here. That's why I feel like many of you are viewing this person to be very, like I said, in and out or wishy-washy. Page of Wands. And many of you are exhausted when when it comes to figuring this person out and their energy or what they want, right? What's going to be their next move. Three of Cups. I'm just going to turn the card around, guys, because of the nudity, but I just feel like for some of you, this could have definitely been a third-party situation. We have Three of Cups, the Seven of Swords. If that's not the case, it's someone who wants to make something up to you with that Page of Wands, Three of Cups. Okay, let's start new. Let's turn a new leaf over. But if I'm being completely honest with you, Taurus, the question at hand for you maybe is that enough? You guys may feel like this is what this person always does. This is what they're used to. You know, when they go into solitude or when they go into periods of not wanting to speak, maybe you feel like they come back around and they say the right things, they take you out, you know, they could be great with their words, but now you're at a point where you're like, that's not enough. You know, I don't want you to make anything up to me. I just want you to be clear on what you want. What are your intentions? Okay, we have emotions. What are we going to do about the emotions? I want something real. I want something tangible. Right? I feel like that's how you guys are feeling. So I do feel like this person wants to make things up to you, but I'm going to clarify the Seven of Swords before I speak too soon. But I do feel like this is someone who is still a bit fickle, or you feel like they're not doing enough, or what they have to offer is not enough at this time. Six of Wands, Three of Swords. Yeah, wanting some sort of victory or a turn of events after a heartbreak here, right? And then the King of Swords behind that. So wanting to bring forth this clarity. But with that Six of Wands, some of you feel, you know, this person wants to be successful after an heartbreak, right? But it seems that it is easier said than done. Like, this is someone that I keep picking up on, someone who is telling you all the right things, or they try to take your mind off of things. They try to sweep things under the rug, but they don't really get to the bottom of the issue here. And that alone could be the issue for you, right, Taurus? Queen of Wands. Okay, two things here, guys. If you are in a third-party situation, I can see that clearly here. You know, Three of Cups, Queen of Wands, Seven of Swords, right, guys? It seems that you will, you know, you feel like this is the main reason why, you know, this person's not able to commit, whether they are attached to someone else, whether it's through assets, whether it's through, you know, children here. That could be the case. Now, number two, if you're not in a third party situation, it seems that there's still a lot of attraction here. But how you view this person is someone who thrives off of attention, someone who potentially is keeping their options open right now, or there's someone who likes to explore their options. They like to be, you know, receive a lot of attention. They like to, you know, attention from many different sources as well, where it kind of confuses you, because it's like, okay, well, you say you want stability, you want a commitment, but then you also, you know, do all these other things that completely contradict what you're saying. So what's the Queen of Wands? Some of you feel like when you're with this person, everything is fine, everything is okay. But the minute that this person leaves and you're trying to communicate with them, they become very inconsistent, or they become very fickle, or they become very confusing in their replies and answers. Like, if you ask them where they are, maybe they will tell you that they are doing something that they're not. They will tell you that they're somewhere that they're not. Like, there's like a very discreet energy here where I can see how it leaves room for suspicion. Okay. Ten of Cups, yeah. You know, Ace of Cups, Ten of Cups are standing out to me because it's very interesting. A lot of emotion here. You know, the Commitment card also. But the middle energy here is, this is someone who is at a point where, or, you know, at a point, yeah, is the best way for me to explain it, where they're not really getting to the bottom of their issue. They're more so, yes, they desire the commitment. Yes, they want to come forward with truth or clarity, but it seems that they either A, have a lot on their plate, or B, it's someone who's feeling so many different emotions. It's someone who's not really pinpointing what they want from the connection. They want this connection. They want their end all be all to be with you, but look at their actions though. Their actions are more in solitude, or they put forth their energy, then they pull back their energy. So I see someone who's a tad bit confused. Okay, or if they're not confused, again, they're feeling so many different emotions at once that they're not pinpointing the emotion that they feel the most. And more than that, even if they pinpoint the emotion that they're feeling the most, which seems to be with you, right, or the emotions towards you, they're not pinpointing the practical effort that they need to put forward to attain this connection, is what I see. Let's see. What are they going to do about the Ten of Cups? Death card. Okay, here's what I see, Taurus. I'll be completely honest with you. This is someone who is trying to run away from their emotions. Yeah, like when you have the Death card and the Ten of Cups, of course it can mean that your bond here is going through a transformative period, which is highly possible. We have the Hermit as well. I do see that there's a lot of thinking going on, curiosity, mirroring energy. But I feel like when you both think about the situation, it could also be very overwhelming to the point where you're like, okay, I don't want to think about it no more because there's nothing being done about it, right? This is someone who some days they're very intact with their emotions and other days they're like, I want no parts. Okay, here's what I will say. The end cards, the closing cards here let me know that if you guys are not receiving a commitment from this person, you will close out the cycle completely. Because 10 of Cups to Death card is like very extreme energies. It's like, it's pretty much like on and off or like black and white, right? You're very tired of the in-between here. Okay, let's see. What's the blockage? Magician. Okay. The blockage here is a lack of trust, could have been emotional manipulation in the past here, and also the lack of trust is someone being up in their head a lot. Like, okay, there seems that there's one party here, and again, guys, I'm not playing the blame game. I'm just reading both energies, but there's one party here who is more up in their mind. Like they wish and hope more than they decide and do. That's what I see here. Okay, now as far as the Magician goes, let's see what they're manifesting. Ace of Swords, clarity. See, I can't make it up, Taurus. Like, it's someone who wants to bring forward the clarity, but when you look at this spread, it's a very back and forth energy. So the best way for me to sum up this reading is this is someone who has emotions for you. They want to bring forward some sort of clarity. They do think about commitment with you, but there's someone who's not all the way comfortable with their emotions, or they actively, consciously like choose not to deal with their emotions. They're like, oh, I'll think about it later, or oh, I don't want to think about that right now. Again, guys, energies are fluid, so they're subject to change. But I feel your person right now is in a very like a gray area. Like they're thinking about so many different things. Like as I'm tapping into your person, it's like a very confused energy, very all over the place, that sort of thing. So again, the advice behind the spread here could be, to center yourself in order to receive some sort of clarity, whether that's on your end, Taurus, or your person here. Let's see. Ace of Wands. So Ace of Swords, Four of Wands. Okay. Because the Ace of Wands wanted to pop out for you guys as well. Okay, so here's what I see, Taurus. I feel like this person is manifesting reconciliation with you. They're manifesting a very truthful conversation with you. That's what I do see in the closing cards. But as of right now, if you're wondering what's going on mentally, they are someone who is thinking a lot of things. They're feeling a lot of things. Not to sound too repetitive, they're in a pretty back and forth energy. Now, your future outcome, it seems that this person's manifesting, again, Ace of Swords, to bring some sort of clarity into this connection so that you guys can reconcile. This person wants to be in a better space with you, right? When you have the Ten of Cups, Four of Wands, it does talk about a higher level of commitment. But in order to have that, some of you may feel that this person needs to regain your trust. Okay? So my wonderful Taurus, that is what I'm getting for you this week. I really do hope you were able to find a message that resonated with you here today. And thank you so much for your time.